Hi everyone, welcome. I hope you're all doing well. The purpose of this lesson is to expand your vocabulary a little bit in French with a very commonly used expression in everyday French. And this word is le truc. If you pay attention, you'll hear this word quite a bit in everyday French. So this word dates back to the year 1220. It's mentioned in the Historical Dictionary of the French Language by Alain Ray, a French linguist and lexicographer. So this word first appears in the Provençal language as truc, meaning a blow or a strike, from the Latin verb to thrust or to strike. Later it's applied to a card game, the card game truc, in which at some point one strikes the card or a card or cards on the table. It's interesting to note that this card game also involves skill and perhaps trickery, which also is part of the modern definition of the word truc. In the 18th century, the meaning changes to ability or skill at something. And then in the 19th century, the word is applied to an object whose name is unknown to the speaker. So in English, we usually say something like thing or thingy or thingamajig or whatchamacallit. When you see something and you don't know what it's called, you might say, well, what is that thingy or that thingamajig? Can you hand me that thingamajig? Okay, so that's the historical development of the word truc. So let's talk about what truc means in modern French. So one of the prominent meanings in today's French is the idea of something whose name is unknown to the speaker. So if I want to say, what is that thing or that thingy or that thingamajig? In French, I could use the word le truc. For example, if I wanted to say, what is this thing? I might say in French, c'est quoi ce truc? If you happen to see something on a table and you don't know what it is, you could say, well, in English, there's a thingamajig on the table. In French, il y a un truc sur la table. Okay, so that's one meaning, the idea of something whose name is unknown to the speaker. So let's look at another meaning. Another meaning of truc is a trick, a hack. So something that you have that involves skill, you know how to do something. So you might say something like, I'm going to show you a little trick. Maybe you're good at repairing cars and you want to show me a little trick to make it more efficient. You might say in French, je vais te montrer un truc. You might find it interesting to know that the word truc in French also has its counterparts in Spanish, Italian, and Portuguese. In Spanish, it's el truco. In Italian, il trucco. And in Portuguese, o truque. Okay, so on to another meaning of the word truc. So in the plural form, les trucs can mean things, business, or stuff. As in the example, I have a lot of things to do. J'ai plein de trucs à faire. Okay, on to the next meaning of truc. It can mean a trick, as in a magician's trick, some type of trickery. It's a trick. C'est un truc. It can also mean a catch, as in a trick. For example, there has to be a catch. It's too good to be true. Il doit y avoir un truc. C'est trop beau. This is a very common expression in French to say something like, it's not my thing, or it's not my cup of tea. In French, you would say, c'est pas mon truc, or ce n'est pas mon truc. It can also mean crazy stuff or a crazy thing, as in, that's crazy stuff, that's a crazy thing. You might hear any one of these three expressions. C'est un truc de malade. C'est un truc de fou. C'est un truc de dingue. And finally, truc can also mean what's his name, as in what's his name told me that. Truc m'a dit ça. Okay, well that's it for this lesson. Thanks so much for watching. If you found it helpful, I would appreciate it very much if you'd give it a like. To continue learning and go on to another lesson, click on the video that appears here on your screen. See you soon. À bientôt.